Hey FDINT 211, this is Casey Shear. I'll be doing my topic presentation, which is on rule of law and why it's important to a nation, or rather its nation's valuable asset. We're going to be covering three main sections of this. What is rule of law? Why do we need it? And how does a nation benefit from it? Let's go ahead and get started. Rule of law, according to Merriam-Webster dictionary, says a situation in which the laws of a country are obeyed by everyone. Or in other words, the laws apply to everyone. No one is above the law. It doesn't matter if you're a government official, person of high standing, or just a regular citizen, everyone has to obey the law. This wasn't the case for many, many centuries. Kings and emperors didn't have to follow the law. They could do whatever they wanted. But regular citizens did, in fact, in many situations where it was unjust. Which gets us to our next point. Part of rule of law not only makes everyone has to follow law, but that the laws are effective and fair. It's hard to follow an unfair law. Also, you have to have a system or government in which you can create or have these laws, and then also a way to enact them or make sure people are following them in a timely and ethical way. There's no point in having a law if it takes 20 years for it to get resolved or figured out. If you have to go to court for half your life, well, that's not really going to work out very well. Now, with all this, you may be asking, well, why do we need rule of law? Well, I'm going to give a situation in which we didn't have rule of law to kind of help explain that. We're going to take the British colonies and how America was founded, for example. Very abridged version, we're going to say. The colonies were under a lot of stress and given a lot of unfair and not equal situations. Just to name to a few, they were told not to settle past certain points. They were to find or pay for housing for soldiers, as well as they were taxed incredible amounts to pay off the British's war debts. Taxes that didn't apply to the people over in the British. These were unfair, unethical laws that only applied to the colonists and didn't even benefit the colonists. Basically, without a rule of law, the British Empire could more or less create and do whatever laws they wanted to benefit them while hurting the people over on the Americas, eventually leading to them breaking off and creating their own country with just laws, with the rule of law. So that's a prime example of why countries need, or nations need, rule of law to keep it all situated and fair. Now, why is it the most valuable asset, though? We see that it's obviously needed, but why is it most valuable? Well, rule of law promotes fairness and equality, two very distinct and separate things. We have to have equal rights among the people, and also situations that are different, because we're all different people. We have to have fairness in those situations. For example, one thing that would be equal is we all have the right to bear arms, to hunt, to protect, and to protect ourselves. That's a right of equality among ourselves. Now, these simple traits make it so a nation can progress and move forward. Without this, people wouldn't know what to do or how to get things done, and the nation would just simply trickle forward. Or you could easily have people that are corrupted or want their own ways, that are in high standing, that actually impede a nation's progress, making it so that people don't progress forward. One example of this we can see is with Japan during World War II, that the technology-wise and their economy was falling behind. And one of the main reasons they were actually allying with Germany is Germany was giving them technology that was much further and progressed forward, allowing them to kind of move forward and not fall behind in the world standing, because their nation was falling apart. In conclusion, though, rule of law applies to everyone. It creates fair and equal situations. And nations need it, which are empowered by it, allowing them to press forward and become better. And I'll just leave you with my sources. Thank you all for listening.